Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. So in today's video, we are going to be addressing the Messi, Barcelona, Man City situation. Then we will be moving on to the rumor between Neymar Jr. and Lionel Messi and the potential move of Messi going to PSG. And lastly, we will be talking about three players that have been assessed by Ronald Koeman. And so we are first going to talk about Lionel Messi. So right now, this club is in a situation where they might potentially lose their best player. And we know that the club's intentions is not to sell this player. And if they do sell this player, it would be for 700 million euros. That is where they stand. And so if we are going to sell this player and Messi's decision is final that he does want to move to England, one of the biggest questions that we do need to ask, and we know that the club is going to be thinking about in the future, is what are we going to get in return? Because we are letting go one of the best players of all time, which really makes us question and ask, who does City want to give in? And we know that City is desperate to get this player in. They have been wanting Lionel Messi for so many years. And there has been reports of Man City stating that they do want to give in 200 million euros plus Eric Garcia, or 150 million euros plus Bernardo Silva and Kevin De Bruyne. There's been so many rumors and reports, but now that we are here, we do have some reliable journalists claiming sources close to Manchester City confirm that the club rules out the option of including Gabriel Jesus Mahrez or Bernardo Silva in any exchange operation this summer. They have also stated that City will not include any players who are considered as senior or important in a possible deal with Barcelona for Lionel Messi. And this is something to seriously think about, because as Barcelona, right, if we are going to let go of a player that has served us for so many years and has served us well, we do want to get a good deal back in. And for Man City to say that we're not going to give you any important players, what does that say for us? And this is where I do want to add in that Koeman does need to step into this. And this is a conversation that Koeman, Barcelona and City do need to have, because if we do have the option to pick out 2 or 3 players from Pep Guardiola's well-oiled machine, it would only make sense for Koeman to really assess and ask, okay, which one of these players can greatly strengthen our squad? Now, I know that we just read that City does not want to get rid of their most important players, but that is the part where we do have to negotiate is, if you want our best player, if not our best player of all time, we must get a massive return back. Now, they have also stated that the best solution City could give would be Eric Garcia and Angelino plus 145 million euros. And if we are going to get those 2 players and 145 million euros in cash, could this deal here greatly strengthen FC Barcelona? Because one of the greatest areas we do need to cover in this summer would be the defensive line, our defensive options. And Eric Garcia and Angelino are 2 defenders that could possibly strengthen our defense, which takes me back to my previous point. Koeman needs to come in here and say, can Eric Garcia and Angelino put this club forward next season? And coincidentally enough, Koeman has just arrived at FC Barcelona a couple of hours ago. He does have a lot of work to do. He does have a lot to assess. And so now that Koeman is here and knowing that he does have a bigger position when picking out players in the transfer market, we should expect to hear City bidding for Lionel Messi with 2 players plus cash, 200 million plus 1 player, whatever it may be. And knowing that Messi might potentially not change his decision, Koeman needs to get this right. Now, I want to lean towards the Messi Bartomeu situation, because what I believe is going on right now is literally Bartomeu versus Lionel Messi. And so this will be some minor updates. And it says here, according to Jared Romero, Messi has asked for a meeting with the club to find a friendly way out. His lawyers will be responsible for the negotiations. And notice that difference. Notice how Messi wants to handle this final agreement and how Bartomeu wants to handle this final agreement. We can see that Messi does not want to end this on a bad note. He does not want to have any tension before he does leave. Meanwhile, on the other side, we have Bartomeu who's saying, no, I want you to come over here to this club and I want you to state to the public that you don't want me here. And now taking a step back, right, I was really thinking about this and saying, like, why does Bartomeu want Messi to state something so big to the public? Like, is this evidence of Barcelona playing extremely bad not enough for you? Is this evidence of having all these transfer failures not enough for you, and not enough of a reason for you to step down? There is no reason for Messi to go up there and state why he does not want you in here. And that is why I say, I feel like Bartomeu does want to end this on a bad note. He does feel a little sour, and that is no disrespect to this president. I don't want to say that I hate this president or this man here, but this has to be done professionally. What Bartomeu is doing right now is not the best way to conclude a exit. And we have heard time and time again that Messi's decision is final. He doesn't want to go to City no matter what, whether Bartomeu steps in or steps out. And it says here, according to Tot Costa, Bartomeu's resignation will not cause Messi to stay because the sports project will remain the same. Right now, the intention is to not appear for the PCR test on Sunday, given the advice from his lawyers. So look, to Bartomeu, right? Even if you know that Messi's decision is final, why can't you just step down for the sake of this this club? Why can't you just step down for the sake of us fans? All the evidence and the results that you have done to this club is right in front of your face. It absolutely makes no sense. And so we should expect to hear news either Sunday or Monday, whether that's the lawyers concluding the deal with Bartomeu and the board members, or we can hear some great news where Koeman says, I have spoken with Messi, I told him that he's in front of my plans and that he's the leader of this sporting project, and then we hear that Messi does stay. We don't know what's going to happen, but it is going to be on either Sunday or Monday, and we will be talking about that here in this channel. Moving on to the next topic of the day, and we're going to be talking about the Neymar Jr. situation. And it says here, according to Julian Lorenz, Neymar had talked to Messi over the phone on Thursday about the possibility of the Barcelona captain joining PSG this summer. Now keep in mind, this journalist here is very close when it comes to PSG news, and he does have close connections in Paris. Now knowing that, right, I do want to assess some things. Right now, what PSG is doing is monitoring this situation. They're just keeping an eye. They're seeing what's going on between City and Lionel Messi. Can PSG afford Lionel Messi the wages and the fees? That is unknown at the moment, but as of now, PSG have not contacted Lionel Messi. Messi has not contacted PSG. And so besides that, right, I'm honestly not surprised that Messi and Neymar are still in contact. We know that they're still friends. We know that they still have each other's number. But this does get very interesting, right? Because if we really think about this, this is also telling us that there could be a possibility that Neymar does want to move forward with PSG. Because if you are a player and you're calling for another player, your friend, to come to that club, that would only mean that you are backing that club. You do want to continue with that team. And it makes sense, right? Because he has reached the final. Neymar did something that Messi couldn't do since 2015. And I believe that when Neymar got to that final with PSG, he told himself and he said, look, I can win with this team. I can win the biggest trophy in Europe. Maybe I don't have to go to FC Barcelona. And we also know that PSG do want to renew his contract because his contract is ending in 2022. And so it does really raise a lot of questions on Neymar's action right here. So could we see Neymar extend his deal with PSG? Could we finally see the conclusion of Neymar's future in this summer? And so now moving on to the last topic of the day, and we're going to be talking about 3 players that have been assessed by Ronald Koeman. And it says here, according to Moises Llorens, Piquet, Sergio Busquets, and Jordi Alba will all get a second chance at Barcelona despite the overhaul planning this summer. And here's the thing, right? For me, when it comes to these players here, we know that they have been historically beaten down in the past 3 to 4 years. We know that. But I don't think that these players, Busquets, Jordi Alba, and Piquet, should be immediately taken away in this summer. Are they still good enough to start and play a full 90 minutes in the important matches? And are they necessary? I don't think so. I don't think that they're necessary anymore. I think that they have dropped a level, which is okay. It happens to every player. What I think is going to go on is that Ronald Koeman will turn these 3 players as a backup role, which is the perfect role for them. Now, do we know the ideal replacements for these 3 players? That is yet to be known, but just to have an idea, I think that De Jong will be replacing Sergio Busquets, which is okay. De Jong deserves to have his role changed after seeing that catastrophe he did have in the last season. I think that De Jong will have a fundamental, important role under Ronald Koeman, and I can't wait to see that. And if we are going to have Busquets play that backup role, be that super sub, I honestly do not mind that. I think that it is time for change. It is time for these players to take a step down and have the new players come in. And as for the other players like Jordi Alba and Piquet, it has been said that Eric Garcia could replace Piquet and Angelino could also replace Jordi Alba. But we don't know. That's not for sure. That is just me speculating after what we have heard with the whole Barcelona-Man City deal. But whoever those players may be to replace Piquet and Jordi Alba, the expectations are going to be high for those players to deliver. But let's hope that Koeman does get this right this summer. So that'll be it for today's Barcelona Daily News. Expect vital moments to happen by next week. We will be addressing whatever happens in that week. Is going to be very important. I hope that Barcelona does change for the better. I hope that Barcelona do make the right decisions. And in the end, I just hope that Messi does stay in this club because we are greatly going to miss that player. And if not, we will be addressing how can this club move forward? How can Barcelona continue to progress and hopefully continue to compete at the highest level of football? So again, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment. If you guys are new here, welcome to the channel. I'm happy that you guys are here, and I will see you guys in the next video.